Okay. Well, let's look at Revset. Because if people are commenting on Revs, I want to hear this. I planned on watching it tonight. I thought about doing it yesterday, but the segment where we talked about movies ran so much longer than I thought it was. So let's hear what's going on. You know, unfortunately, I don't get to consume much in terms of what's happening in this sphere because I'm either working or streaming, so I don't get much free time otherwise. So be ready for me to rage, chat. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, guys? Rev here. So today we're going to be talking about the ongoing Ironmouse situation. Now, if you haven't seen my videos covering the related topics, it might surprise you to find out that for the better part of the last
Don't
two
know, Zeb.
years, Ironmouse has been facing a never-ending wave of harassment. Now, I enjoy Ironmouse. I think her story is inspiring, but I'm not like the #1 Ironmouse fan and her top defender. But I've made multiple videos over the years talking about the harassment she has faced because it's just unhinged. She is a chronically ill woman who is being attacked by multiple communities on a never-ending basis
Yeah.
simply for existing and, God forbid, for succeeding. And it's gotten so...
This part I know about. People's like this. The first time I heard about this was back when she. Excuse me.
I actually start following Connor because of this. He made a video as well. Cheer
Uh,
100.
oh, I'm sure. I'll bet he did. But I know about the Iron Mouse hate where people like what was it? Last year she won Streamer of the Year. Uh, and people just lost their shit saying that like Kai Sen should have won it. I think it was. And like they were like people were losing their shit because she's a VTuber, and we're basically calling for her to unalive. And bearing in mind, she is like like Rev was saying, she's chronically ill, and she uses VTubing as a way to communicate with people because she cannot leave her fucking house. She can barely, excuse me, she can barely leave her bed. And she is an absolute sweetheart, and people have gravitated around to her, which is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And we've heard her singing. She is an amazing singer. And people just are absolute garbage to her for literally no reason other than she's a VTuber. Yeah, she Well, I think it was last year. Last year she won Streamer of the Year, and people shit all over her because she's a VTuber. During her subathon, she became the #1 subscribed streamer.
Ironmouse is adorable. Who in the hell would go against that? Cheer 100 singer of the utmost caliber too. Ironmouse is fucking adorable. People who hate are fucking redacted. Cheer 100.
Marky, some people like have this irrational dislike of VTubers. Probably because they secretly want to fuck their anime avatars. I don't know. But some people just hate VTubers for no real good reason. Nah. And yeah, Corey, I thought that something got screwy with the TTS there because the two of them said basically the same damn thing. I was wondering.
so bad recently that CDogVA made an entire video talking about the waves of harassment she has been facing over the past 2 years or so. Now, before we get into that and some other related topics, let's just talk about the hate Ironmouse has been facing historically. We all know that someone succeeding and becoming popular on the internet leads to people hating on them, right?
Yeah.
It's just the virtue of how people are. It's always fashionable to hate on something that is popular or successful.
Yeah, and I understand that too. I've had people that will throw hate comments out in my YouTube videos that I post. Like, obviously, nowhere even remotely near the scale Iron Mouse has been getting hit with. I'm not trying to compare myself to her. But I've had, comments on the videos that I've posted to YouTube where people will basically just kind of bash on me. And say crap about me. So yeah, it's a staple.
VTubers, flesh tubers.
Yeah, TTS doesn't do good with symbology, Kanito. So guys, if you're gonna put something into a TTS, don't put a symbol in there. The TTS will have a heart attack.
But what Ironmouse has been facing is just unhinged. And a lot of it began back in 2023 when she won Streamer of the Year at the Game Awards. Any post related to this, you can just scroll through the replies. It is repugnant. I mean, the amount of people attacking Ironmouse, mainly people claiming they're parts of the...
Amber, I know you have a plan, but could you also react to Connor's video on an upcoming stream?
I might.
Cheer 100.
I might.
Communities of the other nominees who lost to Ironmouse, they are just going after her, saying the most unhinged and aggressive stuff. And if you want...
Ironmouse is getting hate because she can do this mostly anonymously and they are jealous AF. Cheer 100.
Yeah, that is part of it. But another part of it, I think, is just not even like doing it anonymous. Not. You know what I mean? I can't fucking talk today. You guys have got me all tongue twisted. It's more along the lines of that she is successful and she is incredibly popular. And these people that are hating on her know they will never be. That's why they're hating her. Because they know she, simply by virtue of by virtue of communicating the same way that I am right now, she is more successful and more popular than these people can ever even dream of being. And it enrages them. And they take that out on people like Mousey. Because they're insecure little pricks. That point blank. They're insecure little bitches. And so they have to take out their anger on someone who's too kind to fight back. That's the thing. Mousey will not attack or defend her, will not go after these people, on stream or anything, because she is too nice. And I hate to say this because it doesn't sound like it should be right, but she is the perfect victim.
Agreed, it just really annoys me. Mousey is too fucking good for this world. It just angers me on her behalf. Cheer 100.
I know, and it angers all of us on her behalf. And by the way, Forge Work, thank you for the follow.
Want proof of that?
Well,
Lol Tysel and I will have a stroke at the same time. If we both smell toast in unison. Lol cheer 100.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna pause the alerts for now. Otherwise, I'm gonna be stopping and starting for the next 10 minutes. I'm gonna pause the alerts for now so we can get through this.
Just go to her TikTok. This award that she won in 2023 has resulted in nearly 2 years of people brigading every single TikTok she uploads. Yep. If you don't believe me, let's just take a look. You can literally close your eyes and just click on any video.
Oh, here we go.
Comments that are just ridiculous. Let's click on this one, for example. Aw, hell nah. No, brain rot. No way this is real. Who is you? Who's Ironmouse? I don't know you. This is who won? Let's click on another random one.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but this was like a music video, wasn't it? This looks like a TikTok where she was singing. Am I wrong? They're hating on her because she's singing. That's what they're going apeshit about. Like, fucking seriously?
Ironmouse, I don't know you. This is who won? Let's click on another random one. I refuse to believe this won Streamer of the Year. This is what won, guys. And so on and so forth. And you can even go.
Really? Have these people looked at what's been winning the fucking Oscars and shit lately? Have these people been watching what's on regular television? The stupid-ass reality TV shows that are topping the goddamn charts lately on TV. And they're giving Mousey shit because she's actually talented with her singing. She actually has talent. Versus a bunch of, like, okay, look at fucking Mr. Beast. Up until recently, Mr. Beast was one of the most popular people.
How can Mousey's haters be successful if they're full of hate?
Well, they're not. That's my point. They are jealous of her hatred. That's the whole point of it, is they are jealous.
The most recent TikTok, this is from only a few days ago. This beat Kai Cenat. There's no way this beated Kai. Nice grammar, by the way. But you get the point. For 2 years, she's been getting harassed nonstop from multiple communities for simply existing and succeeding. And this is happening again because 2 months ago, she broke.
And bearing in mind, when she beat Kai Cenat in #1 all-time sub streamer, and in the streamer awards and what have you, Kai Cenat actually congratulated her. He actually I think it might have even been a Twitter post, he actually congratulated her and said, "Great job." Yet people are attacking her and saying, "How could you be like?" This is where the fans of other streamers go fucking apeshit. And I don't know if Kai Cenat actually said okay, leave, don't go after Mousey. Because honestly, even if Kai said, look, don't go after Mousey, she's earned this shit, these people are fucking unhinged. Because their lives are revolving around the streamers to such a toxic degree that they're attacking Mousey. They are attacking literally a handicapped person. That's what they're doing. Well, he's this guy. He's another streamer. He's another Twitch streamer. He's in the top 1 or 2 of all-time most subscribed streamers. I don't know what his content is, but I'm guessing he's probably a decent guy. I have no idea. We're given his audience, there's unfortunately going to be a percentage of them that are just fucking unhinged, that don't understand reality. And so they're going to go after Mousey. Unfortunately. And it's just, I don't know what more to say other than that these people are sick, and it's literally done out of jealousy. It's done out of jealousy because they know that they can never, ever hope to achieve what Mousey has achieved, being chronically ill and handicapped. She beat the odds that all of these people attacking her are not constrained by. And they're butthurt by the fact that she did it when she had so much stacked against her, and them holding all of the cards, at least from a physical health standpoint, couldn't do it. And they're jealous. And this is the only way they can lash up with this jealousy, is by trying to make her feel bad. And they know that it'll make her feel bad because she is a good person. And she tries to treat everybody with kindness. Chat? I'm just flat out say it. The people attacking Mousey, this would be, this is if when people, back in the day, were going after Mr. Rogers. Because I'd say, I think it's a pretty fair assessment that Mousey is probably a modern day equivalent of Mr. Rogers. And so people attacking Mousey, it's basically the same as if they were attacking Mr. Rogers. And you remember how much I cried about Mr. Rogers.
Broke the then all-time Twitch sub record. And the people who are angry at this are so confusing because number one, 50% of the revenue went to charity. It went to, I believe, the Immune Deficiency Foundation. So it's already a charitable cause. And on top of that, she went into that subathon with no intention of breaking any records, right? She went into it just trying to raise money for charity, and that happened to resonate with people, and that's why she got so many subs and she broke the record. And people got incredibly angry. People who are claiming to be a part of Kai's community because that was the record that she broke at the time were going after her and harassing her and acting like she didn't deserve any of the success she had during that subathon. You see comments like this.
And there it is. She didn't deserve it. In their eyes, she didn't deserve it because she was able to succeed as a VTuber and they couldn't. And basically, they were, what's the word I'm looking for? They were projecting themselves onto Cenat. That's what basically they were doing. They were projecting themselves onto Cenat because again, these people didn't have the capability of doing what both of them could do on street. So they were projecting themselves onto Cenat, and they were basically living vicariously through him. And then Ironmouse beat him in subathon. And they basically took it as a personal offense. Like, Ironmouse beat them. And if you take that in conjunction with the fact that they were already jealous that any streamer, I guess, is more successful than they could ever hope to be, that's where you get them lashing out. Does he? He has a toxic community? Like, he has a toxic community? Okay. Like I said, I don't know anything about Kai's stream, so I don't even know if, what his community is like, or even what he does, honestly.
Imagine being Sims.
I don't even know if it's simping when it comes to Kai. I think it's just like, quote-unquote, super fans, which has gone into fucking orbit with how they are.
Someone saying, can someone tell me why 200,000 people are...
Hang on. Okay, I'm sorry, Rev, I don't mean to do that to you. Leo, I'm going to disagree with that. I am. Because you said that some streamers like Kai should keep a tighter leash in their communities. This kind of behavior is unacceptable. Kai should have publicly denounced any of the so-called fans for attacking Mousey. I will agree on the last part, that Kai should have cut out and said that what his fans did was wrong, and he doesn't endorse it. I'll agree with that. Kai keeping a tighter leash on his community? No. That's not his responsibility. That is because by saying that, you are removing the personal responsibility from the people in his community. Yes, you should have said, I do not, no. This, I don't approve of this. I never told the community to do this. I don't agree with it in any way. Absolutely.
Kai had the decency to say a very good word to Ironmouse. His community may be shit, but he isn't.
Yes. But it's not his responsibility to leash his community. They need to have personal responsibility for themselves. There needs to be personal accountability. Like, just like I will say, like, I've said to you guys, like, don't go attacking anybody or anything like that. But I do not control you guys. You guys are not my underlings. You guys are not my employees. You guys are not my personal army. You guys all have your own personal accountability. Now, I've said flat out, don't go attacking people. And I know you guys aren't. I'm just using you guys as an example, so don't think I think you're going after anybody. If you guys did go after another content creator and attack them, that's on you guys. Oh, no. I know you. That's my whole point, is I'm saying that the people in the community that are toxic, they need personal accountability, and it's not on Kai that his people in his community are toxic and attacking Mouse. I don't put that on Kai in any way. And it is not Kai's responsibility to leash his community. That's not his job, to leash his community and keep them from doing stuff. The community needs to take responsibility for its own actions. And 100%, the community should be accountable for this. Not Kai. Not at all. So that's what I disagree with. It's not the streamer's responsibility to rein in or control his or her community. Personal accountability needs to start coming back. Now, if he wanted to take some kind of responsibility and recognize the people that are doing it and banhammer them,
your
sure.
minions are loyal, and unlike most communities, we listen.
Well, I appreciate that.
Are subbing to a fictional character on a screen, and they would get hit with a community note, which is hilarious, but these people are so childish and narcissistic. This is the most narcissistic worldview, where if I haven't heard of something, then clearly it's not good, or it's something that is not deserving of popularity. Every time there's a Streamer of the Year type award, I typically don't even know half the people on the list. But clearly they are popular because they have millions of followers across social media. Just because it's not relevant to me or something that I know doesn't mean it's not something that other people know and enjoy. And that's the kind of stuff we're seeing here, where people see something weird or different to them or something they don't know, and they think that justifies harassment. It allows them in their minds to say, oh, now I can say whatever unhinged stuff I want to this person. You can see some of the comments from 2 months ago.
Yeah, and by the way, in case you guys didn't know, the community note is Ironmouse is actually a person. This is an avatar. She's actually a person streaming. Ironmouse is not a fictional person. It's just her avatar. That's the community note.
This person saying, this bitch is so disgusting, talking like a toddler when she's 30. 1,600 likes on this disgusting reply. And also other content creators were going after her at the time when she broke the record. You can see Aiden Ross here. He took a break from eating glue and promoting gambling to his audience to say this stuff in reaction to Iron.
Kai won't do it because he will lose money and he don't want that.
Hesse? We don't know that. Listen, I don't know anything about Kai stream, so I'm not going to make any judgment call about it. I'm not. But, you know, and also, like, what I was suggesting about him dropping ban hammers, the problem is people don't necessarily have the same screen name in the Twitch chat as they do on, like, other social media like Twitter. So it's not like he can just start indiscriminately dropping ban hammers. That would, of course, lose him people. It's a pretty little fantasy of, you know, of him banning people that are going after Mousey. But the fact is, it would be damn near impossible for him to equate people, the name in his chat with a Twitter post, unless they are, like, identical. And the person says, hey, that was my Twitter post, and then he immediately drops the ban hammer on him, like, okay, you're not doing that here anymore. So, well, yes, Uma, that's something that he could do. If anyone in his chat actually goes after Mousey in his chat, yes, he could time him out, or he could drop the ban hammer. That's something that he could do. But the majority of this, I think, is happening outside of his chat. That's my suspicion. It's happening on Twitter, it's happening on TikTok, it's happening on other social media other than Twitch.
Ironmouse winning or breaking the all-time sub record.
Hold the fuck up. What? What the fuck is this? I'm not even trying to be on no hating shit, but what the fuck am I looking at? Can somebody give me the...
Hey, Aiden Ross, I'm not going to try to emulate your fucking speech. What the fuck did you just say, bro? Did anyone else understand a fucking word this fuckstick just even said?
What is this?
Sub record.
Listen.
Hold the fuck up. What? What the fuck is this? I'm not even trying to be on no hating shit, but what the fuck am I looking at?
What was that verbal diarrhea that just came out of his fucking mouth? Like, seriously, dude, if you're gonna criticize someone, fucking speak goddamn English if you're actually speaking English. Motherfucker.
Can somebody give me the context behind this? I saw this picture earlier. I thought it was like some type of meme. It's a dude? No shit. Guys, anybody that's role-playing as this is a fucking grown man. Or has a bitch working in some type of like basement. Like,
Yeah, I won't
Dude? Go and fuck yourself with a barbed wire wrapped dildo. No lube. And of course, in a complete fucking asshat like this would make a blanket statement like that about Ironmouse and VTubers in general. Like, I've done the same thing. In my comments on YouTube, on my videos, I've had the same comments too. I've had people accusing me of being a dude at like several times, and I just let it roll off my back. But this is fucking Mousey, okay? She's very well established. She has like real life people like Connor that go see her all the damn time. And he's just talking on his ass because you know why? It's gonna get him hate clicks. I know, King, and I don't fucking care. Let me just say that. I don't fucking care. Like, the comments about me, I don't care. It rolls off my back. And I just view it as it boosts the algorithm. That's the way I look at it. Any hate comments towards me, I just view as, you know what, thanks, you just boosted the algo on YouTube for you, so more people are going to be exposed to my videos, and more people might come join me here on Twitch and have fun. Even though this isn't exactly fun. But this is Mousey we're talking about. This is Mousey, and, I mean, everybody knows Mousey. I'm gonna hazard a guess that Aiden Ross probably actually does know who Mousey is. I suspect this is an act. I flat out think that this might be an act of him acting he doesn't know who Mousey is. And he's just doing this for either for his people or to get clicks. That's my suspicion. Because you're a streamer. So you do hear, like, you hear about things even tangentially. About the top streamers such as Mousey and Cenat. Like, I don't know who Cenat is. I've never seen any of his streams, but I know
This
who he
shit
is.
breaks my heart. A great woman is slammed for finding a way to connect to the world.
Yes.
I can't.
Yeah. It's like, I know who Cenat is. I know the story about him being one of the #1 subscribed streamers. I don't know his name.
VTubers hit it big during the COVID-19 pandemic. For a lot of people, VTubers really were the only lifeline to the outside world.
Yeah. But when we're talking about popularity like Mousey, he knows who he is. Because he has her. This is the first time I'm hearing about this person. There's no shot that a streamer, and I believe Aiden Ross is fairly popular. I don't know who Aiden Ross is, but I know of Aiden Ross. I've heard his name before. I've heard he's an asshole, and he's apparently evidenced it. So, like, he's heard of Mousey. I guarantee you, he's pulling this is my first time hearing about this person, is a fucking lie. It's 100% a fucking lie. And he's doing this for show, for his fan base, and to try and get hate clicks. He's trying to do the bad publicity is good publicity thing. Guarantee.
subject you guys to any more of that. Goes on for about 2 minutes.
Yes.
Again, just sounds like an unhinged weirdo, seeing something different than what he's used to and immediately making some wild assumptions that she's a guy or that it's like basically a person being forced to work as the Ironmouse VTuber.
They were on a collab together, Heckle? Aiden Ross and Mousey were on a collab? Okay, so it's exactly what I suspected. It was a fucking lie. And, Holograph, this is my expression of shock that he was backed by Injured Tate last year. Oh my god, I'm so shocked.
VTuber here, it's completely unhinged. And later on in the clip, someone in his chat points out that she is chronically ill and also raising money for charity, where he then turns around and goes, oh, that's actually really based. W's in the chat. W's for Ironmouse, everyone. It's like ridiculous. Like, enough of that. But one person who has been treating Ironmouse very well is Kai. Ironically, right? So you have all these people in his name attacking Ironmouse, but
okay, Forge, have a good night.
Ironmouse and Kai has always been civil and actually wholesome to see. In this clip, he eventually calls her AI generated or something like that. He had the spirit, okay, but he says multiple times to his audience over the past 2 years to stop harassing Ironmouse and that people should be happy for her. I mean, there's no reason not to be, but it doesn't really seem to matter because the animosity that is directed towards Ironmouse is just completely unchecked, and there's no stopping it. Like, he can tell people to stop. I don't think it's...
Well, flat out, Deathstar, you know Ironmouse doesn't use a voice changer, because there's no chance in hell she would be able to produce that kind of singing if she used a voice changer. If I, like, you guys have heard me say, you've heard when my voice changer breaks. I would not be able to sing anywhere in the same universe. Like, taking skill out of the equation, which I do not possess the skill of Ironmouse when it comes to singing in the first place. But if I tried to legitimately sing, the voice changer would break 6 ways from Sunday. That's how you know she doesn't use a voice changer, because no voice changer on the planet can handle singing, especially the operatic singing like Mousey was doing that we saw in that one video. So, to anyone that tries to make that argument, I'd say logic tells you to go fuck yourself.
It's ever going to stop. And things have gotten bad once again because Kai, during his current subathon, has broken the Ironmouse all-time sub record, reclaiming that #1 spot. He's over 500,000 subs right now. I think when this is over, that record, whatever number he ends up at, is probably never going to be broken. That's how insane these numbers are. But people are using this as an opportunity to go after her and attack her. Again, when Kai is the one who is very cordial. In fact, he congratulated her when he broke the record that she set. And on top of that, he also has a charitable aspect of his current subathon, and he directly names Ironmouse as the inspiration for that.
For real, I got inspired by Ironmouse. She did her subathon for a good cause, and I was like, damn, that's a good idea. Instead of like, I should do it for a good cause, like, and put some money towards it, because like it feels like a super. Because when I helped my family out first, that felt good. But the fact that you can help somebody who doesn't even know you, or like this, it's amazing. For real, yeah,
so again, nothing but nice to one another, but people in the name of Kai's community are going out and harassing Ironmouse, and it's happening again ever since the record was reclaimed by Kai, and people think this is some opportunity to dunk on Ironmouse, and it's so immature and stupid and reflects badly on Kai, who is not in any way encouraging this stuff. In fact, it got...
Yeah, like, now I'm going to give Kai the benefit of the doubt that he has come out and said, don't go after Mousey. Like, I will give him the benefit of the doubt that he has actually come out publicly and said, guys, don't go after Mousey. I don't hate Mousey. Don't you guys go after her. I will benefit of the doubt and say that he's done that. It's just the people in his community are just ignoring him. Yeah, okay, so he has told them. I assume that he did that. He seems like the kind of person that would say, guys, don't harass her. She's a good person. Leave her to hell alone. And this is why I said, did he? Okay, I was thinking at the same time, I probably misread saying it. This is why I'm saying that the people in the community doing it need to start taking some personal responsibility. it's not on Kai to take the responsibility for them.
Honestly, it is sad that there are people that just bully people for the sake of it, especially in Ironmouse's situation.
Well, I mean, there's a reason why the Dark Knight meme of Alfred saying some men just, and men being used colloquially, why some men just want to watch the world burn. There's a reason why that meme is still very much alive today. Is because it's just as prevalent, if not worse, in this day and age. That people go out, like online especially. There's two memes. One is the Michael Caine meme about people wanting to watch the world burn, just for funsies. And two, the Mike Tyson meme, where he says, y'all got too fucking brave being able to say whatever the fuck you want without getting a punch in the mouth or not suffering any consequences. Those two memes are very prevalent in the modern age for this exact reason.
So bad recently that CDogVA or Connor would make this whole video. It's 18 minutes long, talking about the same things we've been covering. The harassment that has existed for years, that's being directed towards Ironmouse for simply existing and succeeding. And I think this little clip from here really kind of sums up the whole point of the video. Let's just give it a quick.
Wait. Rev's comments, these people are also ranting Kai's image hits harder since there are several comments in this stream saying Kai cared more about the fans or money than stopping them. But yeah, I know Tornado. I know there. I'm very aware. Like, I think I heard about thing about Kai, who, like, he was going to be hosting a concert in New York City and grossly underestimated how many people were going to come out, and it started, like, a mob or a riot in the middle of downtown NYC. I do remember hearing about that, but I think it was because he didn't think he was that popular, and he underestimated himself. And I think that's what happened with it was like a giveaway or something. But he underestimated his own popularity and was not anticipating such a huge response. So if I'm remembering the incident in question, I don't think he did what he did out of malicious intent. He underestimated himself. And I underestimated his popularity. That's... Oh, I know he faced charges for it. I know he did. But again, I actually don't believe that it was done out of any maliciousness or even just being like an idiot who's like, I'm gonna do this and not realize the consequences of my actions. He just didn't know. He thought it was going to be a small event and had no idea it was going to blow up like that. So that's why I said I don't think it was done maliciously with the incident with Kai.
Watch it.
Here is a 85-page document of just some recent bans of people saying the most heinous shit towards Mouse. Now, you're telling me this bitch-ass VTuber surpassed Kai Cenat? God, you know these people are so ugly. Just sad how Sims donate to this crap. This is the bitch that broke Kai's record. I refuse to believe any of you are real human beings unless you have less than 60 IQ. No one in this chat is real. I've been watching this shit for 10 minutes and I want to kill myself. How do people watch this shit, you weirdos? You'll never get on Kai's level. You guys know this is a fat guy, right? Amongst obviously all those insults, a lot of people...
So for context, he was talking about it was that 85-page document of the ban hammer being dropped in Mousey's chat, I'm guessing, right? That was like people they were booting out of Mousey's chat. They were just coming in there and just being absolute jackasses to her. I'm assuming that's what it was. Okay.
Saying that Mouse is lying about her illness, which, I mean, I don't have to tell you why that's wrong. Like, look at this. This is psychotic. This is fucked up. How is this okay? And by the way, this is the list, obviously, that doesn't include the N-word bans, or that would be another 20 pages. Because of course it would be. Like if this was my chat, I just would not stream. I would just not show up. This is
bullying a sick girl. Brothers, we need the heavy flamer for this heresy.
I myself would prefer the tactical nuke.
This is fucked. Here is
I mean, that is how insane it is. And he's right. I think a lot of people, if they faced even a fraction of what she faces in terms of harassment, they would just pack it up. They wouldn't be able to handle all this. And she has enough to worry about.
LV, it's not about being personal. It's about taking care of the problem. That's what I look at. I just take care of the problem. You think?
I prefer the tactual wood chipper.
That one's reserved for a special subset. Heh.
With her own illnesses, she doesn't need this on top of it. And again, it's over the most childish, stupidest stuff ever. People angry because she's succeeding and she's a VTuber and they have all these weird fantasies playing out in their head of who she might actually be and all these stupid things.
There. Right there. Rev might have hit it without even realizing it. Right there. Where he talked about the stupid fantasies playing in their head. Because how many of these people hating on Mousey like this? Now, they're typing hateful shit in her Twitch chat and on other social medias. How many of them are doing so because they are having naughty thoughts about Mousey and are ashamed of it? And so because of their own insecurities about gooning to Mousey, they're going to attack. So it's in addition to just being like hating just for the sake of hating because they're pieces of shit. There's probably a subset of them that are gooning like crazy over Mousey. And they're just like, oh, this is, she's making me think impure thoughts. I have to attack. Oh, it is a very, very real possibility. It's a fact for a subset. For a subset of them, it's going to be factual. Just because, statistically speaking, there's going to be a percentage of them that do think that way. Flat out. It's statistics. Given the amount of people we're talking about that are involved here. We're talking about thousands of people. No! Tyso, I'm not even gonna say that. I've known plenty of people, like, and Tyso, I'm not harping on this for anything, but I actually don't like the term fatherless behavior because I know the arguments for it, but I have known plenty of people that come from single mother homes that grew up to be very good, respectable people that don't do this shit. And like I said, I'm not harping on it. I'm not like calling you out on anything. I just don't like that expression because I think it's unfair. Now, if they also have a mother who didn't bring them up with proper values, well then, and also lacking a father, okay, then I understand the expression. It's just yes, it is a crapshoot these days.
I'm sorry. I just have discovered some VTubers. Ember, Alana, Ironmouse, Fillion. All are so kind. This attack is an affront to me.
TJ, thank you. I'm guessing you didn't mean that to come out as sultry and sexy as it did. But I understand. I take the point and thank you. And I love Alana too. Alana's who got me into streaming. I was inspired to stream by watching Alana. So I totally get it.
Overall, it shows, like, no matter how normalized you think VTubers are, trust me, they are not. And it's weird to see people just not even understanding what a VTuber is in the year 2024, especially people who are on Twitch 24/7. Like, I'm not asking you to know who specific VTubers or, really detailed things about the scene. You have to understand at the bare minimum that there is a human being behind the VTuber, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy that people act like they don't even know that. But anyways, I don't think it's
unless they know about VTuber and just basically take VTuber and chat, help me out. I'm so sorry. I'm blanking on Veal's AI. Neuro, thank you. My brain just went completely blank on her name. Yeah, unless people, because Neuro is big, and she's made, she's done a lot of collabs. Vito and Neuro have been all over the place. So unless people are seeing Vito and Neuro and thinking, oh, this is how all of them are, they're thinking Neuro is like every VTuber is like Neuro. In which case, logic has left. Vito is if I'm remembering this correctly, Vito is the programmer who programmed Neuro's AI. That's who Vito is. It's VEDAL. Yeah, Vito is the programmer who made Neuro, basically. And yeah, when he's on stream, he is like a turtle on Neuro's head. Yeah.
It's anything new to see people getting harassed nonstop for their VTuber model or the fact that they're a VTuber. It's like, to the normie side of the internet, it's like a free shot. Like, people just attack you just for existing. I mean, I don't want to like take the camera here and spin it towards myself, but like, this choice of model, how much harassment and weird comments I've gotten over the years for using this model, which, by the way, if you're curious why I have this model, it's because it's cute. I like it. That's it. That's as deep as it goes. But over the years, just by virtue of having this, the amount of unhinged stuff people have said about me, the artist who made this, also just like making weird assumptions about my identity and all these things, it's very strange. And that happens to VTubers across the board.
And again, it's because, just like with Mousey, Rev is successful. Rev has a successful Twitch. He has a very successful YouTube channel. Rev is by and large considered a major journalist, essentially, when it comes to reporting on entertainment and pop culture. And of course they're going to come after him because Rev has opinions. Holy shit, he's a person that has opinions. Oh my god. And of course they're going to attack his model. Despite the fact that he chose it because he likes it. It's cute. And honestly, can you imagine Rev with any other model at this point? It would be so hard to picture it. But people are going to attack because they're insecure about themselves. And this is what we're talking about, a part of the populace that it kind of dovetails from, the people reading about DEI stuff on social media. It's in that same vein. No, I didn't forget about Aura. She's just not as well known.
You also forgot Aura, the AI VTuber for Opera GX. Hashtag not sponsored by Opera GX.
God, why did the TTS say Oprah there? And no, I didn't forget about Aura, but Aura is nowhere near as well known as Neuro. Neuro is 100% more well known than Aura is. But people that are attacking VTubers like Mousey, like Rev, like me, they do it because they don't have a meaningful existence in their life. And they know it. And so they, for whatever reason, have chosen to make their, quote, meaningful existence be attacking streamers like us. That is how they find meaning in their life. And they're just so clueless that they don't realize how toxic it is to themselves. Like, one of the reasons why I started streaming is because, in case you haven't figured it out, I have opinions. Actually, no, that's not a good example. Perfect example. I stopped listening to news reports and watching the news on a daily basis. Once upon a time, several years back, I was listening to the news and watching news segments every day. On the way to work, coming home from work, when I was at home, just quote-unquote relaxing, I would be watching stuff about the news. And then I cut it off cold turkey. You know why? Because every time I watched the news, it was something horrible. And I would find myself getting depressed or enraged. And I would go on, like, for clips on YouTube from these news broadcasts. I would comment I would comment the shit out of these things. I read, chat. I did my own reading in the comment section of these videos. And before too long, I went, this is not making me feel better. This is just making me feel worse. And when I realized that, and thankfully it didn't take too long for it to happen, I stopped. Cold turkey. I stopped listening to podcasts from news agencies on my way to and from work. I stopped watching the news when on like YouTube clips from news when I got home. I cut it all out. And I felt better. This is the same thing. It's not the same thing, it's a similar thing. They held an emptiness in their lives, these people, and they try to fill it by attacking people that have done nothing wrong, but it's a means for them to try and fill that acidic void in their lives. And for whatever reason, they are not recognizing it, that it's only making them feel worse. And until they do, they're just going to keep doing it because it's essentially like a drug. It like reading and attacking people online because you cannot suffer any consequences when you do it, other than, if you do something so egregious, you can catch a ban from the platform if you actually outright call for violence or are obscenely racist or something, and even then it's a question mark. You don't have any consequences. And at worst, you will be bolstered in your opinion, where you will have people urging you on and saying, go for it, speak truth, etc., etc. So it is effectively a drug. But it's not one that makes you feel better in any meaningful way. It's like a 5-second where you see a comment that someone said, I like what you're saying, and you get that 2-second dopamine hit, and then it's gone. And all that's left is that emptiness and that toxicity that's still continuing to fester and boil. And until these people realize that's it, it's going to keep going, unfortunately. So, where the hell?
I have broken a streamer's AI bots before I had it recite pi and recite the alphabet forward and backwards. What made it even better, it was in Biden's voice 3. 1 Thorn Biden 5926535. Oh God, I'm not reading that entire number. That's huge.
See? The TTS just flat out told you to go fuck yourself. Oh, that was beautiful. Lola, Carazzo, Miss Bunny.
And, I'm someone who covers controversial stuff. I expect to get people, angry with me. That just comes with the territory. I don't want anyone feeling sorry for me. But with someone like Ironmouse, she's about as non-controversial as you can possibly be, and yet she still faces a barrage of harassment nonstop. again, by just virtue of existing and being something that's different to people. You know, people see the VTuber model that's different to them, and therefore in their brains they go, okay, now I can harass them. Like CDogVA says in his video, like the hatred towards people like Ironmouse and VTubers in general is so normalized on the internet. It's actually pretty shocking. Again, it's nothing new, but it's definitely...
Well, it's normalized because the VTubers, generally speaking, won't go after them. That's why it's normalized. They're not held to task for what they did. Now, some streamers will. You may remember Alana had that person in her chat on YouTube that she went after, and that was a big to-do. So some streamers will not hesitate to go after their critics and call them out and basically drag them down on the carpet and make them look like a bunch of fucking morons. Many of them, like Mousey, or especially Mousey, who is just a kind-hearted person, will not go the route of calling someone out. And so, unfortunately, in this day and age, that makes Mousey a target.
Worth having this conversation when even someone like Ironmouse is feeling the effects of the harassment she's faced over the past 2 years. And in his video also, to clarify, he thanks Kai for trying to quell some of this harassment and says that he's doing the best he can to try to stop people, but ultimately, like, you can't blame him for what a bunch of unhinged people are saying, basically in defense of his own records or the content creator awards and other communities as well.
Hey, Hero? Guess what? She was my first VTuber as well.
It's not just Kai, but other people who are angry about Ironmouse succeeding more than their favorite content creator or winning awards that typically they wouldn't care about, but because their favorite streamer lost, they're all of a sudden using that as a means to harass people or a justification to harass the people who do win. It's all just completely ridiculous. And you can see this tweet from Ironmouse. It seems like she's been quite involved with everything going on. She says, "My illness stopped me from living for many years. Now I'm living life to the fullest as an anime girl online. I never used to have dreams. I never used to aspire to do anything. I thought that was it for me. Now I have dreams and I will work hard to make those dreams come true." I mean...
And you know what, chat? I can 100% identify with what Mousey is saying right here. Like, before I started streaming, I was actually, you know, kind of just like going day to day, going through life. I didn't have any big plans. I was just kind of existing. Yeah, for the last 3 going on 4 years, I was, you know, doing stuff with the fuel rats. But that's like, no, it was basically me going to work, coming home, getting on my computer, siring up Elite, and, you know, going on cases when a case came in. And it was a nice, like, small, like, it was a small little thing that kind of went a little bit beyond the hobby because I took it actually seriously. But beyond that, I didn't have any lofty goals. I didn't have any, you know, other than my family, I didn't really have a driving force to do anything with my life. I did. It's like I just kind of existed, honestly. Since I've started streaming, though, I've found a purpose. I've found a purpose in my life in streaming by coming onto stream, talking with you guys, having fun, playing games, addressing issues, learning about new things. Like, streaming has actually given me a purpose. Hi, Midnight Rose. The alerts are off, so that's why there's no big thing going on right now. But hi, Midnight Rose. How's it going?
Please. Wait.
There's the shout out. Hi, Raiders. How's it going? How was your stream? Did you have a good time, I hope?
Alana was my first VTuber Ember, my second Fillion 3, Ironmouse 4. Very recently, Everyone is a sweetheart, not deserving of this bullshit.
Okay, that sounds weird when Yoda swears. Hi, Raiders. Hi, Rose. How was your stream? Did you have a good stream, I hope? Did you have a good stream? Did you guys have fun? You guys kind of came on with me doing a bit of raging because we're watching Rev is telling us about the whole thing with what's going on with Ironmouse and Ironmouse basically getting attacked by people, and I use that term very loosely. But I hope you had a good time and welcome in. We only have like 2 minutes left of this, so we're gonna just barrel on through and get this over with to try and just not be raging some more. But damn it, when people attack Ironmouse, oh yeah. Let's get through this.
I mean, yes, this is someone who could have just given up with their illnesses, but instead they have pushed and they've done a lot of good, not just for themselves, but for the world.
The kitty is getting angry. Quick chat break to kitty.
Instead, they have pushed and they've done a lot of good, not just for themselves, but for the world through a lot of her work with charities and things like that. And to see people so angry at her is just, again, it's so bizarre. It really is bizarre. And I don't know what the remedy here is. I don't know what's going to fix this or stop this, but it's definitely worth having a conversation about this stuff because it's just crazy. If Ironmouse is facing this, then any VTuber out there is going to face stuff like this. Like, that gives you a pretty good indication of what is going on here. If Ironmouse is someone who's being dragged through the mud 24/7. But in general here, we got the streamer awards coming up again. We can see here that Ironmouse is on the list for best VTuber, as well as best marathon streamer, I guess. But yeah, she's nominated for multiple awards again and again, just by virtue of being surrounded by other people in this award show. This is leading to more harassment. It's just sad to see.
Of course it is. Of course it is. I hate to say this, it's not surprising that her getting nominated again is only fueling the attacks coming after her. Unfortunately.
But also, if you want to know something pretty crazy, if you think about it, as pointed out here, Pecora is actually nominated for some awards at the Game Awards this year, and she's the most watched female streamer for the year 2023. And on top of that, Ironmouse
she was nominated, DJ.
Twitch streamer for a good period of time, at least a month, and the only person who's beat her since then is Kai. So it's bizarre to see so much success in the VTubing scene, but still none of it being fairly acknowledged by what I guess you could call the normie side of the internet. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. As always, I appreciate the view, and feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, I hope Mousey wins too. She absolutely deserves it. Here's my fear. Here's my fear when it comes to Mousey winning. How much influence does Twitch have when it comes to who they choose? I understand it's supposed to be done by votes. I do understand that. But how much of that is influenced by chat? Or, sorry, by Twitch. How much is influenced by Twitch? So, is Twitch going to put its thumb on the scale so that she doesn't win, so there isn't this kind of harassment? You know, is Twitch going to do something so Mousey doesn't win because they are going to, for some reason, think we should probably stop this. So so Mousey doesn't receive any kind of harassment. That's my biggest fear, because if they do that, I don't know. It's concerning.